Hey there people, I'm Mahir, aka Shahriyar Ahmed Mahir, and I'm a 15-year-old student studying in Bangladesh and currently making videos about career, some tips and tricks and knowledge which I've incurred in the days. So in this video, we're going to talk about mental health and the ways how we can improve it. You see, mental health has a lot of impact in our lives, and in some cases it's more important than our physical health in many of the cases. And to be mentioned that I'm not a very expert in terms of mental health or psychology or those critical stuffs or whatever. Not that I also have a very good mental state in terms of my works and stuffs that I do. I'm just sharing what I know and what I have incurred from the internet. Our mental health, isn't stable as much due to our daily business, pressure, studies, and an unmaintained or unmatured routine. Productivity and procrastination, both are very different terms, can be done perfectly and in a balance, that if we can sustain a very good mental health or a proper mental health, or you can say that we can find the charm of life if we manage to perfect our mental health. So let's move on to some points on how we can have a perfect or a better mental health. Number one point: get better sleep, or get the amount of sleep which your body needs. These types of advices our parents always tells us, but the thing is, a proper sleep cycle is actually too much good for a productive life, for a better life, for a more energetic life. It gives us more brain power, and if you are on a diet and if you want to have a perfect health and body, a diet also requires proper sleep cycle and proper sleep. So it's actually over connected with many types of things, and our brain power and our brain capacity also increases if we have a proper sleep with the ratio of our age. So adults and children have different sleep hours based on their age. So it's very important for us to have a perfect sleep cycle. Number two, manage your stress. Decrease the amount of work but increase quality that you spend time in your work. Quality over quantity. So working all day isn't actually fun. It's not great for our mental health. So rather what we can do is that we can focus very straightforward to the work and increase the amount of quality in terms of quantity, so that more work will be finished in less time than more work in longer time. And it also needs to relax a bit. So quality and quantity needs to be in a perfect ratio, and do something which you like. Taking all the stress all day working, that's not very fun. We should do something which we like, maybe some extracurricular activities or whatever. And don't be stressed in your mind with that dilemma in your mind that you have a lot of works and blah blah blah, you have to do this and do that, and after that just that makes our brain more cramped. What we do is that we must focus in one work at a time and just focus right into it and just do and think like that. I have no other works, but just focus on to one specific work. Number three, try to be less introverted. I don't mean any disrespects for introverts or extroverts here, but every introvert or extrovert needs a bit of socializing in their life. So you see, like, socializing helps release stress, and it gives fun in life. When you meet new friends or people and you interact with them, you make friends with you make friends and you build friendships with them, and you share memories, and that's a type of joy. But it cannot be too much. It must be a ratio in our everyday life, so that a mix of everything has in our mind, so that it gives a recreational feeling in our mind, and not that, and it so that our brain doesn't cause any stress due to our works. But everything needs a balance. Number four, reduce excessive screen time. So why am I telling this? Even I'm the one who always sits in all types of devices all the time. But you see, as a human being, and especially as a 15-year-old student, it's our duty to actually increase our screen time. If you're like me, try your utmost to avoid lying around devices, because I know devices gives us information, but lying around devices can be a lot of harm too if we run it excessively. It has a radiation, and not always we see helpful contents. And try to make your work less digital as possible, though most of our works is now digital due to the COVID-19 situation. I also support it, but we also need literature in our life and some other stuffs except devices in our life, and it also distracts in our study. So not only that, spending time in devices also causes stress to our brain. Like sometimes your eyes may be hurting, sometimes your brain may be hurting because you're thinking that specific thing continuously for, which you see, or as music may be playing in your mind all the time. So that actually creates in our brain. So that's why we should actually avoid devices a little bit. And for the case of focusing, we should try some focus methods or study methods such as the Pomodoro method or etc. or whatever. Number 5, do some extracurricular activities. You see, life can be very much boring, but if you do extracurricular activities, it can actually help reduce stress, and it can have a peace, and it can have a feeling in your mind, or a peace in that, or a peace in your mind that, yeah, I did something apart from studies. Because studying all day won't get you anything, and it will just cause stress in your mind. Yes, we will do study, but that's a limited time. We also need to do other things besides study. It can be literature, poetry, blog, writing, making videos, and etc., or attending in competitions, whether organizational, institutional, or personal. It's just you need to show your work, or you need to do something extra to actually feel in your mind that I am also doing something extra besides study. Because studying is a part of our daily life, but we need to show our work, or do something extra to have that peace in your mind, or do something, which you love. Whether people will like it or not like it, it actually matters how much your brain loves it. And you see, the thing I'm doing right now is also a part of extracurricular activities, because it brings me peace for some reason. And telling from my own experience, extracurricular activities will get you far in your life, whether it's from personal or organizational or whatever. Just do something extra apart from daily work. Number 6, that's not a very much good or high advice, but get some fresh air in every 2 to 3 consecutive days. Because in this COVID-19 situation, I am pretty sure that most of you guys are spending most of your time in home or lying around in bed on your table, but our brain actually needs fresh air, or we need to travel a bit to make our brain relax and loosen a bit, and to get fresh air in this curfew or quarantine situation. Because when you visit places or visit the world, the brain just opens, and for some psychological reason, I don't know why, it just feels so much peaceful. So you just don't want to be present all the time in your home. So that was the points that I like to mention for having a better mental health. Not that I am so much expert in terms of mental health or psychology or whatever. And hope you guys liked my video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to give a subscribe or follow. Thank you.